Hi everyone, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to evaluate my design project. Then I will provide a brief introduction to my project, You and Me, You and Me. This is an interactive narrative game with the topic of autism, with the core purpose of enhancing public awareness and understanding of the autistic children. The game adapts the first-person perspective, guiding players through a school day in the life of an 8-year-old autistic girl, Amy. The game primarily consists of the dialogue, storytelling, and the screen click for interaction. Players make the choices by clicking, which affects the story's progression and Amy's emotional state. This is not a game with winning condition, and punitive rules are set in some segments. As you can see, the bar at the top, representing Amy's social friendliness and emotional stability values, which change under different circumstances. The aim is to allow players to immerse themselves more in the game character and empathize with her experience. Players will realistically experience the unique challenges faced by autistic individuals in four scenarios: general greetings, physical contact, external stimuli, and unexpected situations. Well, here are the story frameworks for these scenarios. First comes with the general greetings. And the part on general greeting includes two sections. The game begins with a simple introduction and starting interface to start Amy's school day. As Amy approaches the bus stop, the school bus arrives slowly and she is preparing to board. The bus driver nods kindly to Amy and says, "Good morning, of some well-found day." Then comes to our first interactive segment. As Amy, player has two options: lower her head silently and respond to the driver. At this point, a gradually decreasing timer appears at the top of the screen, prompting the players to make a choice for Amy within the specific time, and the different choice leads different results. While when the players decide to lower head slightly, we can see Amy chooses to avoid driver's gaze, lowering her head and quickly boarding the bus. She seems to breathe a sigh of relief, but the driver's expression becomes strange, indicating that he finds the little girl impolite, and the social score in the top left corner of the screen, which detected at this moment, reflecting Amy's deficiency in social behavior. And when the player decided to respond to the driver, we can see that Amy hesitated for a moment and then responds to the driver and said, "Good morning." Although she responds and seems to keep a nice social manner, but she clearly feels uncomfortable and nervous. So the emotional stability value in the top right corner of the screen decreases at this time, indicating that Amy is one step closer to an emotional breakdown. The second thing is meeting classmates. After Amy boards the bus, she noticed her classmates Zoe and Mike sitting not far away. The two boys waved to Amy enthusiastically, inviting her to come sit with them. They said, "Amy, come sit here." At this point, players need to make choice for Amy, whether to accept their invitation. If Amy chose to sit alone, we can see that the two boys appear disappointed. Zoe poses and Mike murmurs quietly. She sits in the corner looking out the window with a relaxed expression. However, the action deducts 1 point from her social score. If Amy accepted, we can see that Amy hesitated for a moment but still walked over and reluctantly sit between them. During the rest of the journey, the two boys keep asking Amy questions and showing her excessive concern. Her personal space is constantly invaded, makes her feel oppressed. The emotional value decreases by 1 point at the result. The following scenes presents facts to the audience about the scenario mentioned above, conveying the message that autistic patients may feel anxious or uncomfortable in social situations. Then comes to our second scenario, physical contact. Amy gets off the bus and walks towards to the school when a new classmate extended a hand to introduce her to Amy. Faced with a stranger, Amy can choose to greet or ignore. When Amy chose to greet to the new classmate, We can say Amy clenches her hand tightly and softly says, "Hi." The new classmates awkwardly withdraw her hand, and they walk to the classroom side by side. If player helps Amy to choose ignore, we can say that Amy looks up at the classmate and they walks past her, leaving the new classmate standing there feeling upset. The corresponding score is decreased. Next, Amy goes to the classroom, and as soon as she enters, a teacher she likes comes up exactly and asks Amy how her Sunday was, placing a hand on Amy's shoulder, which makes Amy sensitive immediately. When Amy passively experiences physical contact with someone, there were two options provided to the players for helping Amy. The first option is to reject this contact. Then we will say that Amy chose to move away from teacher's hand with a large movement, attracting the attention of many people, and the teacher feels surprised and strange. Then another one is to endure it. We can say that Amy looks down and endured the contact, gradually feeling the touched area heating up, and she is breathing rapidly. The corresponding scores are decreased on the screen. Our fact page presents information to the audience about autistic individuals' sensitivity to physical contact and their vigilance towards social contact. Especially when facing different groups of people, they will have different reactions. Now on to Sign 3, External Stimuli. The scenario transitions to the end of the class time. Players make choices for Amy about which location to go, staying in the classroom or go to the playground. If players decided to stay in the classroom, we can say that Amy wants to stay quietly in the classroom, but some classmates also chose to stay, and they are laughing, frolicking, and playing, making their classroom noisy. Amy can't control herself and starts tapping on the desk to try to drive away this noise. And we can say if player decided to go to the playground. On the way to the playground, Amy encounters a group of mischievous boys playing and kicking a ball. They see Amy and shout at her to move away. Amy is startled, and then a ball hits the ground near her, causing her to be startled again and start tapping her head to calm down. In order to let player has a rich experience and avoid missing out story plot during the whole process, I want to add a sentence here. Let's see what would happen if she chose to go to another location. Then the plot would switch accordingly. After this, here comes with our fact page. It presents information about impact of environmental stimuli, informing that if autistic children are exposed to excessive sensory stimuli, they may have intensive reactions. The last scenario is about unexpected situation. On her way home, Amy encounters a vending machine. Players need to help Amy to choose what she wants to buy, a bottle of water or potato chips. If player chose water, we can say that when selecting the number to prepare for the paying, the vending machine suddenly doesn't work, even though Amy followed this instruction taught by her family. Amy feels upset and she has nothing to do. So she becomes angry. She is pacing and shaking the vending machine. If player chooses potato chips, we can say that Amy completes the payment successfully, but when the chips drop, it gets stuck in the vending machine and cannot fall out. In this uncontrollable situation, Amy becomes overwhelmed and experiences a meltdown. She's slapping the vending machine. And there is our fact page. It displays facts to players about unexpected situations faced by autistic individuals. Many people with autism found uncertain situations particularly difficult and may experience anxiety. Finally, here is the ending page of the game, where players can choose to play again or navigate to another page to learn more and provide support. I'm still considering how to make this part more engaging. The above is the whole narrative framework of this game. I'm really appreciative of your time and attention for this project. Your evaluation would be very important to me. Thank you so much.